Good evening. My name is Alexander Britton, and today I will be talking about the North American region. To start, I will talk about what defines a region and the characteristics of a region. Regions are broadly divided by their physical characteristics. A region has its own nature that cannot be moved, and that nature can be described in three parts. The first nature is its natural environment, meaning its landforms, climates, and environment. The second nature is the physical elements that are usually built by people. This may include monuments, statues, and buildings, anything that can be considered man made. And the third nature is the socio-cultural context that cannot be replaced by new immigrants. This basically means that a region's culture and anything that is in that region cannot be changed due to outside intervention. The North American climate is something that is not constant throughout. From the East Coast to North Dakota and stretching down to Kansas is the continental humid climate. Southern border to the Gulf of Mexico is considered the subtropical climate. The Cascades Sierra Nevada is largely considered the desert climate due to its dry landscape. In addition to the North American region as a whole, there are two particular geographies that I will also be discussing. The first geography that I will be discussing is the physical region. To start, the physical region can be divided into five distinct regions. The first region is the Caribbean, which is composed of the Caribbean Sea and more than 7,000 islands within that area. The next region is known as the Eastern region, which extends from the Atlantic coast to the Appalachian Mountains, south along the Caribbean coast of Central America, and north to what is the Canadian Sea. The Great Plains is number 3 on my list of physical regions within North America. It is defined by an endless territory of flat land that is covered in deep and fertile soil. This stretches from the Appalachian Mountains to the Rockies. The Canadian Shield is north of the eastern region and Great Plains. It can be described as an elevated and flat plateau called the Canadian Shield. The final region is known as the Western region. These mountains are situated in the west, and the most famous of these mountains are the Rocky Mountains. They are part of a system of parallel mountain ranges known as the Cordillera. Now that I have discussed a little bit about the physical region of North America, I will begin talking about the second, which is known as political geography. Political geography is commonly defined as the internal and external relationships between its various government, citizens, and territories. To start, the initial contact between the indigenous people of North America and Europe is the start of the political relationships between this region. Due to the British and Spanish explorers paving the way for exploration into the New World, this inspired other European countries to claim and colonize North American soil. Due to the number of European explorers that were most often conflicts between them and the indigenous people. North America's political history is also dotted with many more conflicts, such as the Mexican-American War. Not only have there been internal conflict between the North American region, but North America has had conflicts with outside countries. The Seven Years' War, for example, resulted in the French territory east of the Mississippi River being ceded by the British. Fast forwarding to today, many people say that North America's political geography is influenced by economic and demographic trades. Two examples of these types of trades would be the North American Free Trade Agreement, which was signed in 1994, and the Dominican Central American Free Trade Agreement, which was signed in 2004. These two trades have reduced duties and tariffs, and another important aspect of North America's political geography is immigration. Immigration is mostly fueled by people wanting to escape poverty. Many people from North America's underdeveloped nations oftentimes move to the United States for better life opportunities and better jobs. After the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, the United States and all of North America became more concerned with their safety. The developed countries of North America, especially the United States, continued to negotiate their diplomatic presence in the world while protecting themselves from terrorist attacks at home. Another aspect of political regions in North America would be the stopping of drug trafficking. Drug trafficking has become more pronounced regionally, especially along the Panama-Colombia border and the U.S.-Mexico border. North America is also set in its efforts to minimize the effects of climate change. The political and physical geographies in North America are extremely important, because they showcase North America's rich history and the amount of diversity within the continent.